Hello everybody, this is Jack from tofluency.com. Welcome to this English lesson where I'm going to talk about Halloween, or at least I'm going to talk about the introduction to Halloween and some phrases that my wife and I have used recently to discuss this upcoming holiday. So this is a pumpkin, it's a big pumpkin, and then we've got another pumpkin in the background as well. So pumpkin is a big part of the Halloween festivities, and we got this pumpkin a few days ago. We also have this. Now it's probably the wrong way round, but this says Pumpkin Masters and it's a carving kit. Okay, a carving kit. So what's really popular here in the US is to take a pumpkin and to carve a face into the pumpkin. And this is something that we're going to do over the next few days with my son. Now what's really cool about this, hello Denise, good to have you, is that you can use these here, and basically you take these patterns, put them onto the pumpkin, and then you can use these tools to carve the pumpkin. That's one of the things that we're going to do. We also have some decorations that we're going to put up. So a great phrasal verb here, to put up decorations. We're going to put up some balloons, some banners, and other things that are related to Halloween. Now, another thing that's happening at the moment is that my wife is trying to find ideas for costumes. So everybody wears a costume on Halloween, or they dress up. Now this is a British phrasal verb, to dress up as something. Now my wife is being very ambitious. Her name's Kate. We did a live lesson together recently, but she's been very ambitious because she wants to make the costumes. She wants to make different costumes, and we want to go as, to go as something. We want to go as characters from one of our favourite books. So we're going to try and do that, to go as characters from our favourite books. Alexander, thank you so much for writing the vocabulary down here. We have to put up decorations, to dress up. We can also say in American English to wear a costume, So some differences there between British and American English. To go as something, that's the other one I want to talk about. To go as a character. My friend is going to go as a witch. Another friend is going to go as a ghost. And this just means that's the costume that you're going to wear. Najeb is here. If you are watching live, come say hello. We've got Tuai as well, saying it's the first time that he has managed to watch live. So thank you for being here live. It's great to have you. It's going to take a little break from talking about Halloween. It is Sunday morning, or Sunday afternoon now, and we've had a great morning. The last 2 days were really cold, but today it's beautiful. The weather is fantastic. I'm wearing a t-shirt in the shade, so it's just beautiful weather right now. And some friends are going to come over this afternoon, and we're going to have a barbecue. Nada has a question saying, do you mean pretending? Yeah, basically you go as something, as a witch, to pretend to do that. Najev says, is today Halloween? No, it's a week tomorrow, in 8 days. But people are getting ready for Halloween. In fact, I'm going to show you our neighbour's yard. Okay, so I'm going to show you our neighbour's yard. I'm going to go a little bit out here so you can see. I don't know if you can see, but they have ghosts. I'll go a little bit closer. Hopefully the connection's going to work. You can see they have some ghosts in the trees. And I don't know if you can see, there's also a scarecrow, a man without a head. And then over here, our neighbours also have decorations. You can't see it because it's a little bit dark. But we haven't put up decorations yet. But soon we're going to put up some decorations over here. Hopefully you can hear me okay. This round. Yeah, hopefully you can hear me okay. We're going to put up some decorations soon. Okay? So Halloween is coming. It's a week tomorrow, I think, if that's right. It's going to be on a Monday. And there's a couple of things I want to talk about and our plans for this. So on Monday, my son is going to be at school. And what they want to do is they want to have the kids, so they want the kids to go in costumes. It's going to be such a fun day for them. So they're going to wear costumes, they're going to dress up and go to school in these costumes. Lisu Malay's here, hello. See Through Y says, how did Halloween come about? Great question. I'll answer that in a second. Yodlina, hello Jack, it's the first time that I can join in a live lesson. English Learner says, I'd like to know more about Halloween. So let me talk about Halloween now. Halloween is celebrated on the 31st of October. Now, I think in different countries it's called the Day of the Dead, or they have a Saint's Day. So in Spain, I know they celebrate the Day of the Dead, and this is when people take flowers to relatives or friends who died a few years ago or a long time ago, and they think about people who have died in their lives. Now, in the UK, it's been a holiday, a festival for a long time, and I think it was celebrated in different ways, but it was the end of the harvest. So around the end of October is when food stops growing, and people would celebrate when they had enough food for the winter. So if they had enough food from their farm, they would celebrate and have a festival. If they didn't, I can't remember what they did, but obviously it was tough. It was difficult because they didn't have enough food for the winter. And then, I don't know how long it's been a holiday, a big festival in the US, but it is such an important holiday here. I didn't realize how big it was until I moved to America, but it's a really important holiday. And what happens on the day, it's a little bit crazy because there is something called trick or treat, or trick or treating, if you're talking about the general idea. Now, this is when children wear costumes, and then they carry a little bucket. Usually it's like a pumpkin. My son has one. I'll go get it. 1 second. So this is what the bucket looks like. And what they do is they carry this, they knock on people's doors, they say trick or treat, and then the person who lives in the house gives them candy or sweets or chocolate, something like that. And then they go to the next house and they do it again. Now, what really surprised me is that the kids are they're very productive about this. They're very efficient. So they knock on the door, they say trick or treat, they get the candy and they run to the next house. And they try to get as much chocolate, sweets, candy as they can. So that's a really interesting thing. There's no conversation, but it's very, very productive. What happens is, in our community, there is a specific street which is blocked off. Now, to block off a street means that it is closed. No cars can come down it. So families walk down here with costumes and they go to the houses. What's incredible is that it costs about $400 for each house to supply the candy and the chocolate for the kids. So they have to raise money, they have to get money or use their own money to give the children candy. And their houses are decorated in such an incredible way. They spend a lot of money and a lot of time decorating these houses. But it's fantastic because what I really enjoy about it is that the street is blocked off. Again, it's closed, no cars can go down. And you can walk down with your family, you see lots of people you know, and it's very festive. Everyone's in a good mood. Now, Maria says Halloween didn't exist in Spain a few years ago. Great sentence, Maria. So yeah, Halloween didn't exist in Spain. In fact, when I was living in Valencia in 2010, no, it was 2009 when we celebrated Halloween. It was huge. And people in my English lessons, they said Halloween isn't that popular. But that year, everything changed. And I think it's because of globalization and social media. So people in Spain will see what happens in different countries at this time of the year. They'll see what happens in America, what happens in the UK, and they'll say, let's do this, let's enjoy it. But mainly it was teenagers wearing costumes, drinking calimocho, if I remember that correctly, calimocho. There's another way to say it, but that's, I think, the way you say it in Bilbao. Marta says, in Poland we have All Saints' Day. Yeah, that's what I remember, All Saints' Day. It's the same thing, and that was a festival that people celebrated in the UK, and then in America it evolved into Halloween. It evolved into Halloween. Denise says, that sounds amazing. Alexander says, did you go from house to house when you were a kid? Great phrase again, Alexander. Thank you for this. See, I said before, kids go from house to house, and they keep going to a new house. When I was younger, we did it in our neighbourhood. But what happened was, a lot of people gave money instead of sweets or candy or chocolate. They just gave you 50p or 20p, or some people gave £1, which was amazing. And it wasn't that popular back then, but it like most countries, it became more and more popular because it's mainly an American holiday. Nada says that he or she, I'm sorry Nada, has seen Halloween in movies but didn't understand it. And Alfonso says Halloween is celebrated in Spain nowadays. Yeah, definitely. And then Eleonora says even the Russians celebrate Halloween because it's fun. It is, it's a fun holiday. It's a really fun holiday. And it marks the beginning of winter, really. You know, this is when winter starts. And usually, while I've been here, it's been cold but not too cold. So you can go out in the streets, you can walk around and everything's okay. If it rains, then Halloween isn't as fun. But yeah, it's a great holiday. It's a great holiday. So just to talk a little bit more, if you're just joining, this is a pumpkin. A pumpkin is something that is celebrated or used for Halloween. And the reason I think is because that pumpkins are harvested. They grow and they finish growing around the end of October or the middle of October. So that's why pumpkins are with Halloween. Pumpkins are orange. The colour of Halloween is orange. This is the bucket that my son is going to use to go trick-or-treating. So what you say when you go to a house is trick-or-treat. And you'll hear kids go, trick-or-treat, trick-or-treat. It's really cute. But the activity is to go trick-or-treating. To go trick-or-treating. So we're going to go trick-or-treating on Halloween, if everything is okay. And I think my wife is going to make us some costumes. I am going to be, okay, this is going to be a Gruffalo. And this is spelt like this. If someone can write it in the comment section. Gruffalo. 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 My son is going to be a mouse. My wife is going to be a tree. And my daughter is going to be a nut. Gregory says, here in Poland, many people don't understand the meaning of this strange day. Say strange day. Yeah. I imagine in Poland, maybe in 20 years, maybe less, maybe more, it might be celebrated. People might celebrate it. Nearly Najeb, Gruffalo. Gruffalo. So Denise says, what's that? It's a children's story. So the Gruffalo is a children's book and movie. It is very, very good. Najima says, are you going to decorate your house for Halloween? Yes, I talked about this before. A phrasal verb you can use is to put up decorations, or you can use the verb to decorate. So we're going to decorate our house. We're going to put up decorations. You can use both. Very, very good. We're going to put up a banner that says Happy Halloween and some other fun things as well. Nothing over the top, nothing too much, but we're going to start putting up decorations, which will be a lot of fun. Shalor is here saying hello teacher, good to have you here. Anastasia saying hi to everyone, good to have you as well. So, Halloween, I love it. It's a great holiday here in America. It's like the end of fall and the beginning of winter. And then, what's great in America is we also have Thanksgiving in November and then Christmas in December. So there are 3 great holidays at the end of the year, which makes it really good. Maria says, does your wife like sewing? Great question. She used to, but she hasn't really done any sewing for a long time. But maybe she's going to do it for Halloween. It's a good question, because we have a sewing machine. Maybe she's going to do some sewing for Halloween. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, everybody. I am going to end the lesson here. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, give it the thumbs up and also share it with your friends. I'm going to go live again on YouTube on Monday. And yeah, a good thing to do. Nada says, I'm going to watch a documentary about Halloween. Good idea. Always a good idea is when we have topics about lessons or lessons about specific topics, is then to do something called narrow reading. Now, it could be narrow reading, listening, watching, but you choose a topic. And let's say I give a lesson on Halloween. You watch another lesson on Halloween. You watch a movie about Halloween. You read about Halloween on Wikipedia. You watch a documentary about Halloween. You listen to a podcast about Halloween. And what happens here is that you'll hear the different words and phrases repeated in different ways. And that will help you become familiar with these phrases. So you'll hear me say, go trick-or-treating. You'll hear kids say, I want to go trick-or-treating in a movie. Listen to a podcast where they say, I hate going trick-or-treating. And then watch a documentary or read Wikipedia that talks about trick-or-treating. And then you'll understand how to use this vocabulary and you'll remember it as well. So that's a great way to end this lesson. Najib says, you mean going live tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow. I forget it's Sunday. It feels like Saturday today. I don't know why, but it feels like Saturday. Yesterday felt like Sunday. Very strange. But yeah, I'm going to go live again tomorrow if all is well. Let's say 11 a.m. 11 a.m. my time on YouTube. I'll post more information on Facebook. Sign up to my email list by getting my free book to fluency.com/book. You can download that for free. And Vivian says, thanks for the lovely explanations. I love your lessons. Thank you, Vivian. It's great to have you here. Speak to you soon, everybody.